Welcome to week 3 of Project Management 4020 Multi-Project Management. This is Dr. Michael Durbin, Adjunct Professor at St. Louis University School of Professional Studies. The topic for week 3 is 3 program management domains. This includes stakeholder engagement, program governance, and program lifecycle management. Please read selected pages from chapters 5, 6, and 7 in the Program Management textbook. View the assigned videos on stakeholder management and visit the mindtools.com site where you can practice creating your own stakeholder power interest grid. In Blackboard, you'll find the overview, agenda, assignment, and lecture and resources for this week. Assignments include reading, the discussion forum, and a week 3 quiz. Continue to reflect back on previous classes for the universal concepts that cut across all PPM levels, such as risk issue management, dealing with uncertainties, stakeholders, which are those people that are impacted or have an impact, communication, which is 90% of what we do, change management, which is managing the scope of the changes, and then life cycles, status, progress reporting, and strategic alignment. Chapter 5 covers the program management domain, stakeholder management. Figure 5.1 on page 58 shows a common stakeholder environment. This shows us why we need to do stakeholder identification, analysis, and planning. Each group of stakeholders listed here may require differing levels of communication and engagement. Figure 5.2 on page 63 is an example of a power interest grid we use for stakeholder management. Each quadrant of the grid helps us understand the level of communication and engagement required for those stakeholders. Chapter 6 covers the program management domain, program governance. Figure 6.1 on page 68 shows a typical program governance hierarchy with the interaction between portfolio, programs, and projects. Governance makes it possible to clarify the organizational's vision, facilitate alignment, and enables balancing program demands with organizational capabilities. Governance starts with a plan that documents the framework, functions, and processes of the program. It includes dependencies, assumptions, constraints, and the benefits and metrics that will be measured. Program governance facilitates approval and funding based on the business case and charter. Like project management, key decision points, known as phase gates, occur at the end of each program phase. During the monitoring and controlling of a program, risk and issues are managed and escalated if needed. Roles found in program management include a sponsor, a steering committee, PMO, the program manager, and project managers. Lastly, in Chapter 7, we look at program lifecycle management. Figure 7-1 on page 91 shows the program lifecycle phases starting with the definition, then the delivery, and finally closure. We can see about halfway through this diagram, value is starting to be delivered. Definition includes activities to authorize the program to develop a program roadmap, and you can see an example of that on page 37, figure 3.2. This phase includes the formation of the business case and program charter. Also, the program manager is selected during definition. The delivery phase of program management, much like the executing phase of project management, includes the activities to produce the intended results and benefits. During this phase, projects are initiated, planned, executed, and closed. Lastly, program closure phase includes the activities to transition the program benefits to the sustaining organization. Be sure to study the program charter in this chapter, as you will be creating one for your final project. And note all the subsidiary documents listed on page 94 and how similar they are to the project management plan subsidiary documents that you learned in previous classes. Project portfolio management tools discussed this week include the stakeholder register, very similar to project management, stakeholder analysis using the power interest grid, the business case, which is justification to charter the program, the charter itself, which follows the business case, and this authorizes the program. It covers things such as goals, objectives, scope, assumption, constraints, risk, and other areas tied directly to the business case. A roadmap, seen on page 37, is similar to a high-level project Gantt chart showing major events and the pace work gets done. Typically, roadmaps are associated with agile project management, but they are applicable to project portfolio management. In closing, I remind you to participate in the discussion forum at least 3 times, watch for announcements, and complete your homework on time. At the end of week 5, I will be sending out the guidelines and requirements for your final PPM project that is due the last day of class, 12/15 of 19. This project will involve you creating several of the deliverables for a personal program or portfolio. The program or portfolio you will be documenting can be based on real-life or fictional events now or in the future. Deliverables discussed in this class include a business case, charter, stakeholder register, stakeholder power interest grid, communication plans, program roadmaps, feasibility studies, SWOT analysis, cost-benefit analysis, risk and issues log. Other deliverables from previous classes include RACIs, WBS, the budget, milestone charts, and team charters. Remember, you can contact me anytime with questions or concerns. And thank you, and have a great week 3.